Hello, so in this video I'd like to talk you through the reporting functionality on your GivePanel account. So there's lots of different ways that you can run reports. So one of the first ways is looking at your audience. And so the three key main areas in your audience drop down are your fundraisers, your donations and your registrations. So if I go to fundraisers first, there are lots of different filters that you can put onto the view to see your fundraisers. And the first thing you can do is filter by a specific date range. You can then also filter by the specific campaigns you're running. So these are your DIY campaigns or your virtual challenges. So you can decide which of your campaigns you want to show in the data. You can also filter by the platform that the fundraisers are using. And then there's lots of other things that you can filter by, whether they've received donations, whether they've got a registration matched to a fundraiser, what type of fundraiser they are. So there's lots of different ways that you can filter here. You can also filter by the specific labels that you might have applied to your fundraisers. Once you're happy with all the filters that you've applied, those will then load in this view here. And then once you've got your view, you can then export that data to CSV, and that will download to a CSV file that you can then manipulate on Excel or upload into your CRM, for example. Similarly, with our donations, we can do the same thing. So we can filter by a specific date range. We can also filter by the source of the donation. So there's lots of different sources here that you can use. We can also filter by the type of donation. And there's also other filters here. So once you've applied all the filters that you want to use for your donation view, those donations will then load here on the screen, and again you can export to CSV. And then the final one to look at today is your registration data. So again, filter by the specific date range, and this will show you the registrations that were created in that specific date range. You can then apply a filter by which campaign they've registered for. And you can also add a filter as to whether that registration has been matched to a fundraiser and where that fundraiser is sitting. And this will obviously depend on which integrations you have with that specific campaign. Once you're happy with your view, you can then again go to export it to CSV. So those three, fundraisers, donations and registrations, are really useful ways for you to see most of your data. But we do also have a bespoke report builder if you want to see some specific information that maybe you're not able to see on these reports that we've spoken about already. So to do that, you go to Reporting and Report Builder. We can then click here on the top right hand side, New Report. You can give a title to your report and a start and end date. And then you can decide in your report whether you want to see donations, fundraisers, or registrations. And obviously the fields that are included within that report will change depending on which type of report you're choosing. You can then decide which fields you want to see on your report. So if you've got a real specific kind of import template for your CRM, for example, you can build your report here to match that. So anything you tick will come onto your report. If you want to see all of it, you can click check all. And then there are also, once you're ready to export the report, add your email address here into this field and click save and export. That will then export the data, and it will also send you an email when the report is ready. You can also choose just to save only, so if you're setting up specific templates, you can have that list of templates by clicking save only. So just to show you what that would look like, if I go back to the report builder, and here I can see all the reports in this test environment. But you could have a set number of reports. You might have one fundraiser report, one reg report and one donation report, and these can then be run on a regular basis and sent to your data team or whoever you need to manipulate that data. So that is how you run your reports for your DIY campaigns and your virtual campaigns. Thank you.